Hi, my name is Jason Hatch, and today I'm going to be showing you how to apply a poultice to a wound to treat for infection. Poultices, it's a traditional remedy. It goes back thousands of years. Egyptians, they're depicted in Egyptian hieroglyphics, in Iroquois Nation oral histories, as treatments that people use to try and pull infections out of a wound. My qualifications for this are pretty simple. I'm actually a urban disaster medic and wilderness medic certified for Virginia Search and Rescue. None of that actually taught me how to do a poultice. I had a grandmother who applied one when I was when I was young, and I applied one to my son when we were in West Africa in an austere environment. So why is an old fart up here with a $2 haircut telling you about a poultice? All right, you have Siri, Alexa, Med Express is down the road, ambulances are a short call away. Well, the law of averages and group dynamics dictate in an advanced society that 10% of you are going to spend some time in austere environments. So out of this classroom, one of you is going to climb Mount Everest or stand on top of K2. Someone's going to traverse the Gobi Desert. Someone's going to live in the Amazon. We may not have all of these, modern medicines to deal with. So this is a way to overcome that and keep you alive, maybe others alive around. So when do you apply a poultice? A poultice is used to treat with a wound that has broken skin and may be infected. And so most of the injuries you find out in day-to-day life, they're abrasions and they're cuts, or they're sprains and they're bruises. That's the majority of the injuries that you sustain. Poultice is traditionally used for something that has broken the skin. So maybe you cut yourself on a rock or an animal bite or something like that. You're seeing red and plain skin around it. Maybe some pus or something building up underneath. That's what a poultice does. It's used to pull that infection out so the wound can heal on its own. So this is an example of something you'd apply it for. You know, if you've been mauled by a grizzly and you're walking down the trail stumbling with your intestine dragging behind you, a poultice probably isn't going to help. But if you cut yourself on a rock, falling, something like that, and 2 days later you've got an issue, then poultice is good. So Mackenzie, could you please come up? Mackenzie's kindly volunteered to act as my demonstrator. In addition to being a barista, she's a mountain woman. She went out a couple days ago on the AT and fought off 20 copperheads. After doing so, she fell and cut her wrist, and now it's her arm, and now it's swelling up. So, stuff that you might have with you, food that you carry out in the wilderness, wrapping material, T-shirts. These are things that you can use for poultice. The kind that I used was wheat bread that you pull out, not the crust. And then my grandma used buttermilk, but trying to find buttermilk these days is really hard. And what you do is you want to wet it a little bit. Everybody's favorite word is moist. That's what you're going for here. You don't want it sopping wet, because the idea is that the moisture in the bread is going to pull the infection out. So I prepared that. I've got some wrapping material, and I'll use this. If you could pull up your wrist where those copperheads wounded you. If you're using a T-shirt or whatever, the key is make sure you have enough wrapping material to cover the entire, what's called a mash, which is the bread, or maybe it's pumpkin pulp or dried grass leaves that you gathered up. You want enough to be able to cover that. You don't want to cover it too tight. I've got my mash here, and I've got a wound, and she's ready to get some milk on the line. All right, so I clean the wound as best I could, if I have water or whatever, and then I'll apply the mash. And I want to wrap it. You don't want to wrap it too tight, because the goal is to get, you don't want to force anything into the wound. You want to pull the infection out. So I wrap it fairly loosely, use a couple fingertips underneath the side to make sure it's not too tight, and then you're going to leave it like that for a day. Next day, you're going to pull that off, you're going to clean the wound out, you're going to inspect it. and you're going to reapply. You're going to reapply until you've got a day when there's no pus or any signs of infection, you're ready, and you have it calmed down. And then you're going to apply one more day just to make sure, and then you should be good. So, thank you so much. Today we learned how to apply a poultice, a traditional remedy to treat the possible infection using readily available materials that you might have with you out in the field. And are there any questions? Thank you.